Thank you for tuning into The Disclosures with Peter the Insider and Jessica Arael Marrocco. Peter is the director of the 12th Division of the ACIO, Advanced or Alien Contact Intelligence Organization. Jessica is a galactic liaison and the interdimensional seer. Together they will discuss the most current updates from the ACIO, Council of Five, and other extraterrestrial sources regarding many influences on our planet today. Our new format allows you to ask questions and hear the answers from the previous show. Post your question in the comment section below the YouTube video. Disclosures, insider intel that keeps you updated with planetary changes.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today on Disclosures. And we have Peter the Insider is joining me as a co-host, and special guest Anthony Zender. And so we want to say, first we're going to start by saying hello to Peter.
Hello to you, Jessica, and to all of our regular, maybe not so regular listeners.
And welcome, Anthony. How are you today?
Hi, Jessica. I'm doing great today. Like I'm just in Big Bear, California. We just got like a foot and a half of snow. So there's just a whole white winter wonderland everywhere, and I like the snow. So I'm good, and I am ready to talk about what we're going to talk about today.
Wow. We don't even have snow out here in the East Coast yet. Oh, we did have a little bit last week, but not a foot and a half. That's a lot.
Yeah, it was a surprising storm, obviously, to even people up here, you know, that they're used to the snow, but it was obviously something that came early, and it was much more than they expected. So
yeah, and you had a hat on earlier that you took off.
I did. I had my Big Bear hat on, you know, because I'm in a place where, you know, it definitely is it's snowy.
Okay, so Peter, I don't know if you're going to have us hanging here, but you had told us there's some information you want to share, and it's one of those surprises. So, and you're waiting for us to go live first.
Yeah, you know, I love surprises.
And so do I, but I just kind of wanted to, and I just wanted to begin, you know, if that's okay, because I just really think it's important to mention a very important experience that happened to me. When I was waking up to being involved in all of this, and what happened was I was actually I was sitting out on a dock out in the middle of a lake, and it was like a lake, and it was very like mystical that day. It was very like just like clouds everywhere. And at that point, I had started to wake up, and I had actually had the Kundalini awaken in me, which was a spontaneous experience when it happened. I was just sitting in front of my friend, and all of a sudden, I felt the Kundalini awaken in the bottom of my spine, and it was just like an electric liquid light just kind of just shock up my spine, and I just jumped up into the air, and then my friend was just kind of like, whoa, what happened? And from that point, that was when my Kundalini had awakened, and I was starting to have a life change where I was obviously meditating, you know, learning how to meditate a lot more. And then I had an experience where I was at the end of a dock, and it was a very like mystical day, and I was just sitting there and for about like 45 minutes, and I finally had a vision in my obviously my pineal gland of the all-seeing eye. Like actually, I saw the all-seeing eye obviously after meditating in my pineal gland, and then it actually started blinking. Like it started blinking, and from that point, I was like, "Oh my
You
God!"
mean you mean like third eye? You mean third eye?
Yes,
Okay,
exactly.
okay, okay, gotcha. Just
Obviously,
for because I know what you are talking about, but I don't want to underestimate our listeners, but try to think it, Anthony, from their point of view that maybe not all of them know what you are talking about. Yeah.
of course,
So
of course. I always do that because obviously I'm writing books and stuff to explain what
no,
I've
no, no. I mean, I
experienced.
completely believe you, but I'm just saying that once you are using those kind of terms and the words, you need to say okay, and that's technically third eye and all kind of that stuff.
Right,
You know
right,
what I
right,
mean?
right.
Like,
Of course, of course, of course, of course, of course. And obviously, there's a lot of more explanation behind it, but it was my third eye opening up my pineal gland. But I saw obviously after sitting in a meditation in my mind's eye the all-seeing eye, and it blinked at me. And then at that point, it went even deeper because I was just sitting there in meditation. And at that point, I had bilocated. Obviously, I was like remote viewing, I was bilocating, and I was over a desert. And obviously, I was just like identify. This was me remote viewing, because I saw trees, um, I saw obviously sand, sand, all that stuff, and obviously these are the first stages of realizing that you're remote viewing. And they actually go through it in the the CIA remote viewing manual as stage one. When you identify just landmark structures and stuff like that, which I was experiencing.
So that brings me to a question, because there's a lot of people that are practitioners of meditation and start to have experiences. And then there are those that are students of remote viewing. So they're actually going through certain techniques, which is different. And you could still end up in the same place. But just out of curiosity, were you studying the practices of remote viewing when this happened, or was it basic meditation and it just happened and then you realized later what you experienced?
That's a good point. And yes, the thing is like I'll just finish the story real quick because uh, what happened was I was over a desert and palm trees, and then I actually saw the Great Pyramid, and that's when I realized I was like, oh my God, I'm seeing the Great Pyramid. I'm at the Great Pyramid, and I know about initiations in mystery schools. Um, Obviously, that I've been in this life now and found my way into the mystery schools. Uh, and even in past lives being involved in mystery schools too, like especially in Egypt, because I do remember uh, being in the pyramids and actually uh, being initiated there and going through the mystery school initiations. And uh, when this did happen to me, and I was on the dock and had this mystical experience,
I wanna
I
ask you. I
was
wanna ask you how long ago it was that, approximately. No, no, no.
yeah.
It's very important. Answer to this question is important. No, don't laugh at it. It's
Okay,
important.
yeah, yeah, I understand. Um, the thing is it was about around my awakening time, which was around 2000, 2012, like about, yeah, 2012, around
Mm,
that time.
okay.
So that happened to me, and I was obviously starting to, after I started having my awakening, my extrasensory perception experiences. I started realizing I was getting abducted. Um, I was going into the VA to talk to people about all my experiences, and um, uh, uh, at obviously, I forgot where okay, hold on a second. Um, Obviously, um, at that time I was studying remote viewing and all the psychic phenomenon and all that, and I was even involved in, which is a very important point, the Ramtha School of Enlightenment, with Ramtha being my mentor. And in that school they teach about the elite and obviously what's really going on the bigger scale, and then they teach about uh, the all the skills: telepathy, telekinesis, teleportation, just all everything that's supernatural. They do teach at that school, and my life brought me to that school, and all of the teachings that are involved in that school, and it's obviously going to be a very important uh, point in what's happening here for the future.
So, I was just thinking about some of the things that you said, and regarding your seeing yourself at the pyramid. A lot of times, people, when you're opening up your third eye, you're tapping into your past life history, and you literally can be there and reflect on a direct memory too of actually having that experience, and familiarity of the interior of a space that you typically shouldn't know. So you have an idea of how to navigate around something, what it looks like on the inside. People have amazing descriptions of things that they should have not been able to see, especially even like earlier in history. And so it's a combination. Sometimes it looks like your remote viewing. It could also be a recall of a past life. So it's cool. A lot of different things can happen. People are missing out if they're not going down these journeys. And also, it's your intention. Is your intention to awaken, or is your intention to just spy on somebody? And I think that can also have a different type of outcome as well. It's how you're navigating can, be a result
They
of.
actually, I watched a movie last night called Doctor Sleep, and in that movie they actually have someone that is involved in, like you said, spying, watching on someone
Mhm.
astrally, which is obviously what the intelligence agencies have going on, and with a lot of the targeted individuals are involved in, obviously, covens watching them, and intelligence agencies behind the covens, and that's part of, obviously, the targeted individual program. Peter,
Yeah.
am I not right?
There was
Yeah, you are absolutely right. They are misusing them, you know, like TIP. They are misusing them. It's man. This is no, I don't want to use rough words, but this is up, man. This is because it is. It's like what in the fucking world is that? It's like what in world? No, it's like nope. I don't want to do that, but they are doing that. It's not
I
okay.
was
Yeah,
at
no,
someone's house.
I am a direct experiencer of being involved in the targeted individual program.
Have you ever
And
had anyone? Have you ever caught anyone looking at you?
I
there,
saw it on my own
it's
eyes. I
I've
saw it
seen
on
that.
my own eyes. I saw it on
yeah,
my own.
it's much more than that. It's like much more than that. Like it's to the point to where there's teams of people that are like tasked out on any targeted individual, and they have a whole and like rotation and operation set up around you, so you'll see the doing the same things over and over again, and or the same people coming around, and you'll start to realize you're like, okay, this isn't like what it appears to be. Like there's something going on here. And then this is like when people start to wake up to being involved in these programs, which is like the most important thing though, because that means there's uh, a surveillance around targeted individuals. And okay, so what why are they surveillancing them? Because they're involved in the secret space program, being my labs. And but like you said, like it involves DARPA, and that's just the
That's only one.
um exposing this is like probably the most important aspect of disclosure.
That's only one that can be looking at you, but DARPA definitely. But there are others. I mean, I've actually, my third eye, have caught people from someone from the Middle East looking at me, and asked him what he was looking at. I've
Yeah,
caught
yeah,
people.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
They are from Israel. I don't want to mention correct specific type of group, but they are from Mossad. Mossad, yeah.
I've seen definitely, and I've interacted. Mossad, a whole group of them showed up,
I
acting as
know.
if they were movers. And I would go for a walk, go have my coffee, and the guy showed up, came right into the coffee shop and started talking to me. And I was younger, I didn't know, and I ended up dating him. I thought, but he said he was Jewish, and I thought he sounded French, and everything was weird about it. And then, as weird, strangely as he showed up, that's how fast he left. But I remember he looked at me one day and he says, "Don't you know who I am?" He said it like that, almost like he was saying that he was like a prophet or someone of, it was weird.
Yeah,
Very weird.
that's a little weird when someone says something like that.
You know that it's going somewhere, but it's definitely
Yeah,
someone.
that's a little
But
weird.
you don't know anything about that. It's like what in the world is that?
But these are travelers. These are people that are doing stuff. They come out of nowhere and then they disappear. And then they, I'm not saying in thin air, but they're in an area and then they're gone. They're gone.
Like the Adjustment Bureau,
Yeah, but I've worked with people that have haunted houses, and they asked me to go and check out their house, and they said there's just all these weird things that are happening, and there was this like stairway, and I sat there and I just sat in the house and I'm looking around, and I'm looking through my third eye, and all of a sudden I saw this guy looking at me. In my third eye I could see a guy looking towards the house. And I said, "You have someone that's spying on you?" Or I guess it turned out that they were working for the government. They didn't tell me, someone in the family. I said, they were just looking at me right now and asked me what I was doing here. So I've had interaction in the astral, communicating with people that are looking into a space. In that case, it was their space. And, of course, I don't know what the agreements were. If that person that worked for the military or worked for the government in some way and was doing something. I was just trying to remove the paranormal, but there's things like that happening.
Yeah, no, I actually have a friend too that hasn't had an experience where he was doing that, tuning in, and then he actually connected with someone that was watching him, and he actually had a whole experience with conversating with the person that was watching him, and then pretty much in that exchange, he realized that he was more powerful than the person that was watching him, and
Or made to
was,
believe that. Who knows?
right.
Who knows?
Yeah, so it's clear that this is the parapsychological part of the whole the whole thing that's going on.
If they can access you and communicate with you that way, they're not someone that's a beginner. They're definitely involved in something, and so I wouldn't take it lightly. I don't underestimate anyone. I mean, anyone can be used, or there's people that you would be very surprised that had abilities, and face value, you wouldn't think so.
So what? Okay, so obviously there's a lot to talk about, but it's like, what was the surprise that was going on, Peter? Because I kind of had a feeling there was good news to be told right now about everything, because there's so much that is going on, and it appears everything appears to be happening one way, but really it's all part of what's unfolding for obviously the greater good.
I mean, you can talk about like okay, fine, 2 hours or so. I'm just making fun from that. Sorry.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that, but obviously it's just there's
What's the surprise, Peter?
Okay. Are you ready, guys?
Not really. No.
Why you are laughing always, Jessica? This is not fair. You are always laughing.
because laughing is actually the response to something that is very serious.
No, I know it.
Yeah.
It's kind of, it's.
I actually saw that on the movie The Joker, because he had
I know. Okay.
he had a condition.
Okay, long story short, we made how we can call it, like breaking news or emergency show or whatever.
Yeah, yesterday.
So yesterday, for people who will see this in real deal future, I am talking yesterday. From nowadays point of view, we've got Tuesday. What? Tuesday, 10th November. So it was Monday and 9th November. That everything is going to pretty much deep as shit, and I will not watch my language and try to guess what happened. Try to guess who saved our ass. Technically asses. I wasn't once I give me a second. I woke up, and of course my beloved girlfriend Chloe wasn't here, and I was like, okay, what the heck is happening? And then try to think or try to guess who left me small piece of letter. Don't wait me until the dawn. And I was like, And on another side, Chloe, perfect. And then that bring to me Faith. Faith Corners bring to me, brought this to me. Okay, perfect. And then there was in the encryption email protocol, there was this crazy ass video footage, and there was Lincoln's Clay squad making this crazy stuff in order to disabled those ICBMs all around the world. This is it. And he was like, hey Link, I am not a rocket scientist, but shouldn't we get this stuff first out? That was so funny, man. That was so crazy, man.
Oh, yeah.
And Kate, that's technically Faith's sister, because she's a runner too, and she looked at both of you, and she was like, guys, it looks just like you need a blueprint or something like that. It was so funny, man. So that's the surprise.
Considering the show that you did yesterday, that is very good news.
Yeah. That was a
No,
very
I
scary
mean,
situation.
but do you know how fun it was? It was so funny to watch that, because he was like, hey Link, shouldn't we go this out or that? I mean, I am not a rocket scientist, but it looks like that. That was so funny to watch, man. And then she showed up with this tablet or what it was like that, and it was 3D-ish, like vision. And she said like, some sort of blueprint will be handy. Maybe. It was so funny. Sorry, I mean, I'm happy, just by the way. And the mute start to run all around the world.
That is like such good news, because I mean, even since you're talking about what you were talking about yesterday about all the
cobalt bombs and
ICBMs being activated in the cobalt bomb, and obviously like COVID-21 being something that's going to be implemented. I mean, there's so many different things going on,
but that was, do you know what? That was so funny, yeah. That was so funny, like, maybe this, like, blueprint? No, it's fine. And then, yeah, we need a blueprint. That was so funny, man. I love that.
This is good news. This is very good news, because I'll tell you what. And also, I want to say that all the people that we asked to set a positive intention, I think they're awesome, and I know a lot of people have helped. So, we're all doing this together. But yeah, thanks for the MURG and Kruger for helping.
Yeah. And that was so funny.
I'm glad that you. Well, it's nice to see that you're lighter and happier, because we were definitely worried yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, technically you was in there, and it was like, can you make it just a little bit more speed up? And they were like, why? We've got many enforcements incoming. That was so funny, man. And then once they were all done, you start to disarm this by yourself, and it was like, this is not okay. Because you don't have any blueprints or man, that was so funny. And actually I was like, Okay. So were they messing up with time, or are they multi-located, or whatever? And yeah, by the way, mute, they start to multiplicate themselves and you and link and whatever. And that was kind of like, are you serious? Because you were uh, on multiple places at one time. Yeah. And that was kind of weird because you was inside the silo. Was this like, what? Because technically, once you will be inside the silo, because it was full of the ICBM, yeah, so armed. During the process, once the engines will start, you know, you will be in quotes extra crispy, like KFC extra crispy, you know, like that. And that was it, like crunchy crispy, yeah, like that. And I don't know how the heck you did that, but we can be happy.
So Peter, you weren't involved? You were sleeping?
Of course.
Well, how did that happen?
No. Technically, I did something very what is very weird, that I fought something, fighted with something. It is very weird, or it was very weird. And that's the stuff. It's, hey Jessica, help me. It is more, what is more suitable word? Lucid or vivid?
Like a lucid dream? Very, well, both. It's vivid is same.
Yeah, but technically, you know, I was like, what in the world is that? Because it was on our backyard. But, yeah, we've got pretty big backyard, but this was like much bigger backyard. Our house approximately same dimensions, but screw it. And there was this creature, like a cat-ish body, monkey-ish, some sort of monkey-like head, very long, like snake-ish tongue, you know, like hissing or so, something like that. And all of the four, I don't know, legs or hands or whatever, were like kangaroos or whatever, like very strong, you know, physically strong, and very, very, very long and furry, like fur, like you have those, how can I say it? Those cats, for example, like Maine Coon. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah, Maine Coons.
Yeah.
Got 6 claws. They got 6 claws.
Yeah, you are right. And they are very, at least from my point of view, very nice to touch, all kind of that stuff. They love to cuddle, all kind of that stuff. So this kind of tail, but not, yes, you can pet it in quotes, but very long and physically strong, like, you know, like jump or so. And I fought this. I fighted with that. Like, what in the world is that? And do you know what what happened? Used, because I'm not using it. I know that I've got it, but I am not good in controlling it, and I don't want to make more harm than good. So even during the fight, I know that it is for me. I mean, that I am defending myself or my friends or whatever. But you know, once I know that I've got something, what can be my advantage, but I know that I am not good at using it. I am not. Do you know what I mean? Not using. I mean, not fight with that. But I used my argument, it is extremely sharp blade. How can I say it? Like teeth, like
it's
a
formed
teeth.
from nanotechnology.
Yeah, but it's like a teeth. Like it is getting from my wrist, and it is some sort of blade-ish. It's very sharp. It's not, my friend, it is not nano, it's femto stuff,
Or
but
femto.
based.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, but give me a second. First generation Finns first implants were nano-based, and the so nanites, then peptides, and now I've got femtides. You are right, just by the way. And they are very long, very sharp, and just like you've got on the chainsaw, right? Something like that. And I use it, and I stepped this whatever creature, whatever ish, to the stomach, and it started to bleed with, it was what in the world, like a greenish and some sort of azure-ish liquid.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've been seeing that liquid green.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah, greenish, like
bright,
dark,
bright
like a like it was disgusting, man. It's like, what in the world is that, man? I don't like that.
Yep.
And then it started, because I don't know why it, I mean, the legs or hands or whatever are very strong, so it hit me multiple times. And once I was laying on my back, I was like, am I so stupid idiot? I just used those blades, and I started to stab this creature, and it went away from me. And then hit it between the eyes, between its eyes, right? But do you know what happened? And that scared me. From this slot, what I created, snakes start to came out. What in the world is that? And this creature, we were like scared. But there were multiple snakes, like Gorgona. Do you know what I mean? Gorgona. Yeah, from ancient Greek mythology. But the monkey head was still on it. And like multiple snakes, and they were furious. I don't know what the heck happened. And creature, it was like scared or whatever. The eyes were, how can I say it, scared, and how can I say it, like confused, disoriented, and it jumped away. But you know, as a kangaroo, I was like, what in the world is that, man? And I because really I didn't realize that it is not real. And once I woke up, and those blades were still out from my wrists, but I was completely covered by my blood, because I've got some, you know, some hits too. I was like, what in the world is that? And that was it. And then I heard such a, how can I say it, such a talk, such a speak in the background, like a people talking about certain, like, okay, we should do that. It was inaudible, right? It was inaudible, but it looked like a background, in a natural background. Like, look, this is not my neighborhood. What in the world is that? So technically, our house, my house, my backyard, technically front yard, backyard, whatever, but placed into some very strange surroundings. What in the world is that? And I realized afterwards that I was seeing you technically working with cooperating with Lincoln, right? I mean, I'm talking to you, Anthony, right now, but it was like from, how can I say it, from far distance between some sort of milk-ish, so how can I say, like stained glass, and hearing it through the door or through the wall or so. And then I woke up, and Faith appeared. She ran to my bedroom, and this I realized, aha, Chloe is not here. Fine. I mean, not fine, but you know what I mean. And she left me this tiny piece of paper. That was hell of night, crazy night, man. Jeez. So technically, I think that, I mean, I think we should get out of this and say this to the people. So I think that this crazy, what? Mixed creature is technically the creature Erishkagel or Erishkagel created. But I don't know. I have no goddamn clue what I'm talking about. I mean, gods or demons or so. So Jessica, please enlighten this, clarify this for us, because I have no goddamn clue what I'm talking about. I mean, in quotes, what I was fight against. No.
Well, Erishkigal is an ancient Sumerian queen of the underworld. So it sounds like a bunch of her friends collaborated and formed a multi-demon creature similar to Osmodeus. And you can see Osmodeus, he's like a multi-animal creature. There's also the Jersey Devil, which is a multi-animal creature. They merge with multiple animals, and which have different abilities and persona that come out. It's almost like an individual that has takes on multiple personalities, but in this case it's like multiple attributes, like they're take on the strength of like a lion or something, or the agility of a lion, and then they can be like a bear. So you have all these different animals, and so this multi-animal configuration that either she took on one of her aspects, or this thing is one of her, I guess, her gang, that hangs out in this underworld place, and they take on these different forms, but those are the strengths and attributes and abilities that they have. So I said, at this point, if she's trapped, then I said to you that you could go after it, because you bringing the underworld up here, it's going to be nothing but a mess having those things running around, and probably is contributing to our chaos here.
Yes, and I just want to mention one thing, because it only doesn't look like, because it's like, okay, is this or isn't this, like cat alike in quotes body, but we know that cat or cat predators, not only like domestic cat or cats, the body, the corp is very agile and, how can I say it, flexible or so, and this was like that, extremely flexible. And I was like, what? Because fine, in quote, cat's body, but those kangaroo-ish legs, god damn, they are very powerful, they are very strong. One hit, I mean, of course not.
And these are all products, obviously, of the corporations.
Absolutely, my friend. I have no goddamn I have no goddamn doubt about that. Definitely, because I mean, what the heck? This can't be just in quotes, pro, masterpiece of modern nation. No, do you know what? I will say you something. This is pure abomination. What? No, I don't like that.
Yeah, but you've seen this stuff years ago, though. I mean, this has been around long time ago. Osmond,
And
if
that's
you
the
look
stuff.
at it,
Sorry,
the
because
image of Osmodeus, he's multiple animals. It's a very old technique.
Okay. I mean, not okay, but do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, but the corporations could imitate it. Absolutely, yeah.
So, and technically, just by the way, the camel bird or ostrich, right? Technically, you've got only two animals, one hit, bam, period, you are done. Ostrich or camel bird and the kangaroo. Do you know what I mean? Like that powerful? Do you know what I'm talking about? Like that. And that was kangaroo-ish. I mean, they were two pairs of legs, or I don't know. It looks like legs. It was crazy. It's like what in the world? But it was hissing like a snake, like that. Like what in the world? And technically, from this, as you mentioned, Anthony, like third-eyed-ish stuff, you know, those kind of multiple snakes, it started to come like, what in the world? This is pure abomination. No, I don't like that. And it was technically, at least from my point of view, like in quotes, next stage, next level. Once, okay, now you pissed me seriously off and I will show you something. Do you know what I mean? At least from my point of view, it was something like that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what? But for my sake, it was hit, so heavily injured. Definitely, I can say that definitely, like no doubt about it. In the first place, and in the second place, it was like too many of those. Technically, I don't know what they was, but what they were. They looked like snakes, but God knows what it was. And
can I talk about something? Like
Sure.
I actually
go ahead.
Yeah, I actually because obviously I wanted to bring up actually this intel packet that I have right here, and this packet actually has different maps in it. Like this map is the Q map, and there are different maps. Like this is called the healing web map, and it obviously goes through big pharma's way of controlling things, and then like the holistic side of things. And then there's also this cult of Baal map, and basically this map lists out the whole entire satanic control throughout time. And then there's this map of the alliances and traders throughout the truth and UFO community. So it goes through, who's doing what in the disclosure community and who they're aligned with and whatnot. And then there's actually a COVID 5G map that lists out just all the connections with COVID 5G, that go to a certain level. Obviously, they don't go to the higher levels of, it being involved with Umbrella and Monarch and all that. But this is like definitely a map where you can get all the information of everything that is behind COVID. Which the day I posted this up, it got deleted like right after I posted it.
Yeah, my friend, I will say you why. Because it is not suitable. Give me a second.
Because this is the DARPA map. This is the like, and I just really wanted to throw this one out here because this map is very important because it lists everything that DARPA is involved in, who they're involved in, and everything, who they're involved with.
Here you are, my friend. Here we are.
All of these maps, as well as this last one. This is the Ashtar map. It just maps all the extraterrestrial, influences that are involved in all this. But all these maps are actually by a artist named Dylan Lewis Monroe, and I actually have had experiences where I've been involved in executive meetings with talking with obviously the highest executives, including Donald Trump, about these maps, and them being part of obviously the DIA operation to obviously for the Great Awakening, and these maps being part of it. So I just wanted to mention that because I had a memory of me being involved with Donald Trump, and we were actually talking about this map right here.
Which one is that?
This is the Q web map.
Oh.
And if you look at the Deep State Mapping Project.com, you can get access to all these maps. Which
I just want to say something, my friend. Do you know? Try to guess. Not do you know? Try to guess why they immediately I don't know if you posted on Facebook or Twitter or I don't know Instagram, why they immediately deleted your post. It is very easy because it is not suitable. It is like, what? No, this guy will blow our cover up. No, screw him. And you can be very happy that they didn't ban your account. Just by the way, no, I know.
I'm actually very happy because I know I posted up a lot of things, especially that this COVID map.
Yeah, that's definitely a no-no in
and they deleted
world.
that right away. But for some odd reason they haven't suspended my account. But I'm gonna keep posting stuff up because I know I have the information to what's going on.
Yeah, but I just wanna send. Just by the way, the fact. You are doing right thing, and that's the problem. Don't take it wrong way, but you technically you and all kind of, all of members of Link's squad are the high of Umbrella's wanted list. So that's the stuff because you really pissed them off. Like once you wanna get out. With a certain stuff, what is obviously the truth, just by the way. No. Do you really want to tell people truth? Are you serious? No. We will kill you. That's their twisted mind, wicked-minded, wicked ideas of thinking. This is like, what in the world? And, okay, let's think through it. Why the heck, if this is true, and it's obviously the truth, I don't want to say specifically about, I don't know, COVID, about stopping Q or so. Okay, once it is like that, then screw democracy, screw freedom of speech, make only one or two governments or so, get the dictatorship also? Do you know what I'm talking about, man? Because this is it, what we are talking about.
There's already a dictatorship. It's
No, no,
called
no,
the
no, no,
One
no,
World
no,
Media. It's
no.
called the One World Media, and they're the ones that are dictating what we should think about, who they selected to be our leaders, and
No, Jessica,
all of the what. You don't agree with that?
give me a second. I know what you are talking about in the first place, and I am on the same boat in the second place, if you want to call it that way. But do you know? Let's make it official. Do you know what I mean? Because we are in quotes so happy we've got democracy. No, let's show a middle finger to democracy, you know, and let's make it. Just it was like, because many people, it was like, no, it was USSR or something like that. Do you know what I'm talking about? Let's make one political party. As you said, do you know what I'm talking about? Let's make it official. Period. End of story.
Well, Peter, when you said to me, well, all of the media in every country is saying that Biden is president now, and I thought about that, and I'm like,
give me a second.
You know, we were still uncertain because there's legalities going on right now, so we're like, well, it doesn't quite seem right yet.
Give me a second. Not all, but most.
Like, most of them. Okay, so which means
90, not 90. Sorry, not 80. 95% are saying this.
Right. Which means what? What does it mean? It means that they're all in control of what the world is doing. So all these years I've been thinking they're gonna try to do a one world order through government. They don't have to. It's already in the media. The media is literally cutting off. I mean, here's the president, right? Donald Trump is ready to make a statement about something that happened during the elections, and the media is censored him. And it's like they're censoring people all over the place. And it's like there's no freedom of speech.
Sorry for interrupting you. And once it is not for president, how the heck should feel about that normal people? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely. That's why all those people from Q and from anyone that has alternative media is getting slammed right now. It's just like, you don't have a voice. They took our voice. And I was expecting a government takeover. They don't have to. They already own everything. And it's them, and it's Silicon Valley, and it's Facebook. Zuckerberg just gave, $11 million for fair voting or some kind of program that they have. I'll get so they can look at it. But it's literally like these other corporations and the social media that we've been kind of interacting, and they're getting all this data on us of what we believe and then how to counteract it, and they're working right around us. And it's like, oh my God! I said that we're waiting for this big event to happen. It's already here. It's here. That's what I realized.
It's the merging. It's the merging of the reality. You know.
Yeah, it is.
Into the future.
It disgusted me that they are blocking people.
Right now we're experiencing the reaction of the consciousness of the world, of obviously this new reality of the future coming in. That does have to do with obviously the elite being exposed, and then after that, all of the aspects of their exposure. Which obviously involves technology being released and a whole entire civilization change, which is what I know. Even in the mystery schools that I'm in, they were talking about, like, we were going to want to make it through this time, obviously, where there's a lot of upheaval, confusion, misunderstanding, and all of this, to be able to get through this all, to be able to experience the future, which is a whole entire like breakthrough civilization being experienced by the masses of humanity.
If you asked me a year ago if I was hopeful of all of that, I would say yes, a year ago. But right now, I'm a little stunned by the power that the media is wielding, to the point that they are selecting leadership for us. That's disturbing. I'm very disturbed.
This is it, because technically I don't want to say 80, 90, maybe 95% of the 90 or 95% of cases, like media, as you said, it wasn't already, let's say, yeah, as you said, lawsuits will be going on, all kind of that stuff. No, way before all votes were counted also, and they already said, they announced the Mr. Biden will won presidency.
Yeah, and they said that before the elections were done, and they also said that California had already put in their votes, and the East Coast was still counting. That's never happened in the history of voting in the United States. So there's so much information that has not been able to come out because everyone's been shut down, including President Trump, who's still in office. Technically, he's still in the White House, but who knows what they're going to do? I mean, this is like a takeover. It's crazy. Yeah. I don't understand it. And I mean, if Biden won fair and square, that would be a whole different issue. When we just say, all right, he won, and all right, let's get over it. We like him, we don't like him, because everyone, through the years, you vote, and sometimes you don't get the one in that you voted for, but then the election is somewhat fair. But this is not a normal election. It's almost like a mockery. It's like, yeah, we don't really care what you think. We can change everything by the numbers. And Silicon Valley was immediately congratulating Biden because I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't help him or somebody's helping him electronically. Something's going on. It doesn't feel right to me. And I don't know what's going to happen to me by saying this, but I have to, because there's no one else able to do it. And no one's able to speak out right now. I don't know. Maybe
it's just that time. It's that time. I felt that as well in the timeline, where it's just kind of like there's so much confusion, so much misunderstanding that speaking out is just kind of at a standstill. But just
yeah, you are bad guy. You are bad guy. Once you start to say something what is against,
like there's something going on, is going to be the question. That is obviously, especially since the elections are going on, and since there's all this fraud going on and all this stuff, it's very clear that the masses and everybody are going to wake up to that there is something going on, and then that's going to start the questions, and that's going to start the trials. And
I just want to say you something, because once you are saying something what is against, in quotes, mainstream media and mainstream media mindset, nah, you are
mainstream
bad guy.
One world order. That's what they are. I think that a lot of people are asleep, and the media is the main source of information. If they don't see the other side, or because usually there was a balance, counterbalance, there was always a debate or something. We're not even seeing debates. We're not seeing any counter communication. This is the first time in my recollection of history in the U.S. that I have never not seen that. And so either something has to happen, or else we will all be walking around with our mouths taped shut and not able to say anything, and we'll be in the machine, and that will be it. So yeah, I know that you don't agree with that.
I don't see that. I don't see that future.
Well, something has to change, because it's heading in that direction. That's what I'm saying. It's heading in that direction. 100%. According to history of what I've seen, and I'm looking at all the signs, and the signs are saying, and we can say we are intending that it's going to change. I think we might need to astrally make the change. That's what I'm saying, because there's something wrong here.
Definitely.
Yeah, you are right.
And that what Peter said yesterday about
and
like, all
like
of these.
Peter said, manifesting, like in yesterday's episode, manifesting your own reality, and
Yes.
that's the one thing that is not like accepted as common knowledge in the masses. But I know that personally, I've learned how to do that, like through just awakening in the mystery schools, and especially during this time. Now that the Matrix has been uh, uh, taken away, now it's a pivotal time to where manifesting your reality is a very key uh, skill to have to get through this time. As the whole reality that we've known is being taken away, and a new one is being replaced by it.
Yeah, the transition period can be very, very pivotal. But like I said, that if Peter had information, I put it out right away to make sure everyone got it.
Yes, but once again, that will be another problem, because another reality is, and I will say it very clear, loud and clear, ideal. But problem is that there is a paradigm people strongly disagree with, because of our how can we say it, historical context, our historical experience or so. And that's a problem, because we cannot correctly name or say the names of the regime and all kind of that stuff. We cannot say it loud, because it will be immediately the whole YouTube channel will be shut it down, because it will be some sort of propagation of and I don't want to call it, that's the problem, because you are labeled because of something. That's the problem. For example, once, and this is it, it is not only you are saying truth, as you said, Jessica, as you said, Anthony, but because you can have proof like 1,000,000%. Once you don't have evidence, it is absolutely pointless. No, but you cannot only have can be true. You can have evidence. No, for them it's nothing. It's like nah, seriously, and you are labeled. You are fake. You are liar. Or for example, and it on the same level, Anthony, that for example, once you do something what is not okay for them, in quotes, the hierarchy enslaving you, or as Jessica are calling them, for elites, and it's pretty fit name for them too. You can be, because once again, you are, or you was, I don't know, you are not in military anymore, right? I think.
No.
Okay. So once someone is marked as a terrorist, or terroristic group, there is no negotiation with those type of individuals or group of people, and that's it. Try to think. Once you never ever did anything wrong, just try to awake people, and you labeled, marked.
That's what they do. They call them a terrorist. If someone says that, I don't agree with that, or I don't like someone.
No. I'm just trying to say that once we can call the regime in the reality we are merging with, Once we call the regime as it is, we speak it loud. We cannot, because it will be propagation of something what is not only not allowed. It is how can I say it? It is penalty. You go to the jail for it, and it is pretty much the same as I like to say dead wish, as you do something and it can be coincidence or so. No, the ones they are considering, they are judging you, and you can be judged as a terrorist, labeled. It is labeled, you know. That's the problem.
Is this are you talking about what's going on now, or are you talking about the future?
It's the future, but this is the merging process, and their reality is ideal.
Yeah, yes. Yeah.
And
so they don't. If it's ideal, then you don't have freedom of speech.
No, once again, here no, because I want to say the regime, how it is, the word, it will be propagation of group, what is, or ideology, what is, how can I say it, what is not accepting specific group of people or so, okay? That's it. I cannot say it. I cannot say the word aloud, because you will have ban on the channel. I know it. I am 100% sure about that. Period. End of story. It is as I was talking about that. This in quotes terrorist label, because Anthony, as a former soldier, he know it. There is no room for negotiation with terrorists. Period. You can hound them. You can hound them, and once you hound them down, you can only kill them.
I still don't understand how we jumped from freedom of speech to terrorism, because I think
no,
they're completely different.
You don't get it. You don't get it. It's a
I
parallel.
definitely don't get that.
It is parallel. It is parallel.
But there's nothing parallel. One's very extreme,
Yeah,
and the other one's.
I believe it's a parallel.
I will say you why.
Being in the military, and having like a military background, I can see how Peter is talking about freedom of speech and terrorism being parallel.
Yeah. Do
Because
you know what, my friend? Clarify this for me, okay? That will be better.
But if you say, all right, I don't like the color of your shirt, does that make me a terrorist?
No, you don't get it.
Or if I say I have,
give me a second.
Then I'm a terrorist.
No, give me a second. This is it. That I will say, give me a second. I will say the name of the regime from another reality we are merging with. It will put on you the same level on your channel as someone put label terrorists in quote. And if you are a member of military, if you are private, or if you are officer, you have only one thing: to hound those people down and kill them. It is no other option.
Then why do we want this regime? Is if they're gonna complain that I said that I don't like something?
No, you don't get it. Absolutely. I am not saying that their regime is bad. I'm saying that
I was saying that their regime is highly extreme, comparing freedom of speech to.
No, you don't get it. You don't get it.
Weapons.
In their reality is everything perfect. I am talking about the most controversial regime in 20th century. We should avoid the name. It started in Germany and Austria, but we shouldn't say the name of the regime, okay? You don't get it? Get it? In 1930s, but we cannot say the...
Yeah, I know that, Peter, but
why don't we say the name?
No, because it will put the same label. It can be right ban on the channel. That's the problem. It is crazy.
Okay.
Because
So
Jessica, please hear me out.
all right,
This
Peter. I just
this
don't agree,
is
but that's fine.
this is the same shit as you said. We've got certain or different, not, I mean, me and you, but we want to talk about something, but because of those weird ass elite mainstream shitty thinking, and I will not watch my language, this is the same stuff as we cannot speak the or mention the specific term, the specific word. It is the same stuff as 95% of mainstream media all around the world start to congratulate Mr. Biden to say that Mr. Biden won the presidency. This is it. And even all the votes wasn't counted. This is the same story.
But
Do you
not
know
all
what
the
I'm...
nations are saying that. Even Russia, was it Russia and China and Mexico would not
Give me a
congratulate
second.
him yet.
I know, but I'm saying most part of the world.
Peter, you said that someone was moving through Biden. Who was that? You said that there was some other entity or personality, because you said that he was moving through him. Who was that?
You know or not?
You said that through the ACIO knows. No, you haven't talked to me about it, because you said.
And there's another problem. I don't know if this is. I mean, we can talk about that, but I don't know if sorry, if
A lot of
this
those people
is,
don't believe us anyhow, so it doesn't matter.
Well, it doesn't. It does matter, and I think we should talk about it, like who that is, because there obviously, there's something about Joe Biden that is off. So,
but this is the problem, because I don't want to cause any problem for you. Do you know what I mean? Because you said me, Jessica, that elections are very touchy topic, and I don't want to cause you a problem.
No, I mean there's already certain political officials that want to take names of everyone. It's definitely a regime. You hear them like there's those that are already in office of a lower status, but that they're saying, hey, we need to take numbers, the names and numbers of everyone that liked Trump. I mean, that's kind of bizarre, like that. It's bizarre that, first of all, the media is repeating it and quoting them. And it's also bizarre that the general public doesn't say, this is so unprofessional. What are we in? Some kind of like hack, like some kind of like lower level, like, military overlords, or like, what is this?
Okay,
who
so
says
I can give you the name if you are okay with that, but this is not okay. That will be not okay for. Okay, screw it. And I think you will remember the surname. Definitely. James Jensen.
Oh, yeah.
No. It is technically his brother. Ronald Jensen is his brother.
What's the first name?
Ronald Jensen.
Ronald Jensen. Yeah, we talked about him.
Yeah, Ronald
Jensen.
We did. Yeah, Ronald Jensen. And I know who he is technically. The Nordic one. Yeah, technically. He's some sort of in quotes clutch, of Hedda show, or whatever is puppeting her body or so. And James Jensen is technically very close, in a very close member of Mr. Biden's team. And believe me that no one will never ever mention him.
There was another name too, like I heard the name Harmon, and I asked you about that, and you said that was someone that Heather had convinced, manipulated from MI6.
Harmon help me.
Reed.
Harmon Reed, yeah. Harmon Reed.
And I heard the name, and I saw him holding on and protecting her. And I said,
Yeah.
I said that at least she's getting help.
Yeah. Harmon Reed is, but technically I don't know if this will not cause us any problem.
But he was a good person, but she was doing the damsel in distress thing. Please help me. And so here he is, a very strong, very good astral soldier. And
but he's in this muddy-ish trap right now.
Yeah, it's going to be bad for him.
Heck.
Yeah, she'll suck the life out of because she's got those soul eater energies. You know, they pull life force.
And that's the problem, technically. You know, I don't want. Let's say that even the one they chose for being their puppet, it's victim. Like it or not, it's true. Because they are suffering the most. Believe me.
They're suffering a lot, and these are good people that are getting hooked into agendas and helping the wrong ones. It's a lot of trickery right now.
But I don't know if we don't get into any troubles for that, man.
I mean,
I don't know if that was a good idea to talk about that publicly, but
I just I have a good feeling that this Christmas, like just because there's so much there's so much confusion and just so much chaos right now, but I've just had a feeling that this Christmas is going to be a reason to celebrate. And that even despite what's happening right now with Biden winning, I know that this is kind of just part of the optimal trajectory of disclosure that's just kind of allowing to happen right now for Biden being elected, and obviously people rising up to the point to challenge this
is bigger than personalities. I mean, because we could talk about all the political leaders, we could talk about governments, but the astral is what's dictating a lot of what we're experiencing. And if people were just,
but do you know what I don't like? That the bad astral is, very deeply involved, and I was like,
that's what I said. Yeah, they're playing us. They're playing us. The people that they use the most are the ones that are most vacant. I mean, their souls are gone. They already made the deal. They did the soul contract, and so they're very puppet. You can see that they kind of are extremely popular, and you're like, well, how in the world are they so popular? And
please say me why the heck they are so? And this is like, okay, I don't want to say okay, but like being I don't know, actors, actresses, or models, or singers, or so fine. I don't want to say fine, but do you know what I mean? But what the heck is wrong with people, and especially young ones, sorry for that. Why the heck is so popular for them to follow internet people? That I'm calling them internet people because this is like influencers, YouTubers, vloggers, and making Instagram-ish stuff. I mean, what? To be perfectly honest, I don't get it. Absolutely. I mean, like,
I do. That's having a massive effect on the masses' social consciousness. And the reason why they do that is because people are bored, and they look online and they get influenced on what they see.
Of course, in bad way.
Yeah. So that afflicts to the social consciousness. So it just kind of all is kind of one level.
But give me a second, Anthony. Give me a break, Anthony. but what is forcing them? I mean, because technically, once you sit in front of computer, right? You've got internet connection, but you've got always freedom. Do you know what I mean? Like you don't necessarily need to click, I don't know, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or whatever, YouTube, for example. You don't need. It is not need to go there.
Like I can also say it's the social belonging, like being accepted by the social consciousness, like that's what people search for and how to be accepted.
You mean like they need to belong to the certain group of people they are defining themselves by something? You mean like that?
Right. And I believe that each person is in a way looking for that. And especially right now, they're finding that in different ways through the internet. And then that certain group has an influence on who they are.
Do you know what I mean? Actually, I can get what you are saying, but try to get it from another way, my friend. Because technically, once you are individual, right, or me or Jessica, whoever, but once you so desperately want to belong to someone or to somewhere, it is nonsense, and I will say you why. Because it is not you. Do you know what I'm talking about? Because you is your own. It is what is, or you are.
That's part of what I discovered. The path of the Holy Grail is actually the path to individualism.
Yes, this is it, because technically, what in the world is that? I don't necessarily need to belong to certain group just because of. No. Do you know what I mean? Of course, I don't need to be so lonely that I.
But I think that belonging to a group becomes a part of, like, being part of a tribe, and that becomes like a thing that has to do with fear and protection. And
do you know what? You've got a point.
Which is
I need to admit, you've got a point. Yeah.
It obviously comes down to basic human needs that we're really getting down to, and as the way we have known collapses, people are in a way searching to cling onto certain groups for survival at this time.
Once again, I agree with you. I mean, from this point of view, in this, I'm on the same boat with you. But technically, it is not like that, because I've got, or you or Jessica, whoever, we've got, in quotes, our own comfort zone. And what in the world? Because this is, once you want so desperately, I need to belong to certain group of people, it is dragging you or me out of our comfort zones. Do you know what I mean? It is like, what in the world? Do you know what I mean? It's like, of course, it will be not good idea to live alone in bushes or in the wilderness, But despite, I don't think it is good idea to
I think
follow the mainstream.
I think that there's the influence of whatever, the internet has been an amazing gift in many ways, and it has brought people together that would have never met each other, which makes the world more closer, that we're all connected, and we recognize that we're all connected. The stuff that we were talking about, well, I was talking about in particular, is the innocent people that are kind of targeted through entities that are moving through maybe some of these influencers that are pulling people away from true consciousness and into whether it's a materialistic something or, there's different things, and they're using energy. connect to people. So there's a pro and a con. There's like some huge benefits to it. I mean, personally, if someone said we should get rid of all this because it's created negativity, I think I would not be very happy, and I know a lot of people wouldn't be happy. And like you said, that whole tribal feeling is, I mean, I feel like there's like amazing people that I've met because of social medias. The social medias, even if they were created with an intention to whether document everybody or, I mean, I don't feel that it was originally intended to be like this like, oh, you know, we just love everyone. We want them to, I mean, we knew it was a money venture, but we have to admit that there was definitely some benefits to it. But getting back to what, you know, any type of leadership is usually being guided by these astral beings that are creating a veil of deception and kind of manipulating us in a lot of unnatural ways where we don't actually see what they're doing and we don't see the impact long term of how they're affecting our world. And so, you know, with the advent of all this like technology and everything, and so we're excited. You know, I was one of those mothers that, you know, my son wanted a video game and I got him all the stuff that he needed, and he was always kept up with all the other kids so he could interact with them. And then it got to a point where they wouldn't come over the house anymore. I was like, where are they? You going to be with your friends? No, they're home so that they have their own game. And this other kid has his own game. And then this is how they're interacting. And I'm like, what? I said, I don't think this is natural. And so they started creating these weird dynamics that created the fusion of humans and computers in such a way that it started to become disturbing for a lot of people. So we need to always, with technology, we need to have a balance. We need to have our feet in the earth.
Yeah, actually, you know? Do you know what is crazy?
Well, that's what happened in the past with like Atlantis and the destruction of Atlantis.
Do you know what is crazy? And it will, I don't want to sound like a perf, but despite I will. So, but it was a study, and it is not only one, right? Series of studies in not only in UK, US, but pretty much through the Western Europe. I don't know, like UK, Germany, France, Benelux or so, and of course Scandinavia. And I was like, what the heck is, like, this is crazy. They start to, in quote, how can I call it? They start to correlate something like, okay, you have sexual encounter and you got orgasm, right? And it makes you feel very good. And do you know what happened? There are those hormones or so they are releasing. And do you know what happened with young people? Technically now they are in their 30s approximately, because this study started, I don't know, like 10 or maybe 12 years ago, and they are ongoing, right? And do you know what happened? That young people, they've got this type of, how can I say it, satisfaction in quotes. It is comparable to have an orgasm with once they are playing games. Of course, once they are, the progress of game is normal, so not they are technically dying in the games, because do you know what I mean? You can die only in the game. And I was like, what? Do you know what I'm talking about? This is nonsense. Like, geez.
Is that why they're targeting people through games then? And
yeah.
Because they put this kind of energy into it.
Yeah, you are absolutely right.
This is what I'm saying. Here it goes back again to the astral manipulating humanity in very unusual ways.
Yeah.
But it still goes back to them, and that's the part where we're in battle with, because it's the harvesting of humanity. You know, they're going to take as much as they can, and it's because they're feeders.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't, sorry. Like endorphins. It is endorphins.
Yes.
Yeah, endorphins. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
what? Do you know what I mean? Like, what? This
That's
is
why,
not.
like, creating your own reality is important right now and has been important. You know, because if you're doing that, you are breaking away from the control of the elite, and
And of
Right.
course,
obviously,
not only
Absolutely.
endorphin, but oxytocin. Oxytocin. I don't know how can I say it? Read it in pronouncing it in English. And I was like, endorphins and oxytocin, endorphin and oxytocin during the playing the games. I mean, this is next level shit, and I will not watch my language. Are you serious? Yes, they were. And those are scientific studies. Like, what?
Yeah, I think
Jeez.
we've talked about this before.
I mean, Peter, there's the there's got to be I mean, obviously there is a reason, but I mean, all I've ever been involved in, like my whole life, is just like mastering video games, and then basically turning what I learned in those video games into my reality. Like, and
No. This is my friend. Okay,
I mean that's
but
what I've
not,
done
but
because it's
not
turned
being.
me. It's everything I've uh, learned in the video games. I mean, I've just like become a professional fighter. You know, I've become a military, you know, soldier, and all these things. And I know um, that it's just like all part of my um, you know, my education as being someone that has been sent back in time to make a difference in the timeline, because I know
My
that
my friend, my friend,
that's
I
really
have
just
no
the
doubts in
main.
it, my friend. I have no doubts in it. But being
I mean,
that in quotes happy, I was like,
I mean,
what?
we talk about this this alternate parallel reality that we're merging from, but that is the reality that I got sent, that am continually getting sent back and forth from. Um,
I know
y-
it.
and I know that too. So I'm very aware of what the future looks like because I've been involved in being sent back and forth from this reality. You know, being and so it's just like I know what like 2030 looks like. You know what I'm saying? And it obviously looks like a you know what uh it would look like if the Nazis had won the war, obviously, right? Am I right, Peter?
You said this. I want to avoid. I
And
want to
that's what we're
avoid.
gonna have to get used to, being involved in the time we're in, is the reality we're merging into, and understanding uh, the truth behind that reality, which is obviously a whole entire.
I want to avoid certain words and terms, but it's your stuff. You said this.
I mean, but this is the main, you know, behind understanding what's actually happening, is the whole hidden uh, history and past of what's been hidden, for that reality to bleed into this one, and for us to experience that one, which will be a Mandela effect, once all the aspects of that reality have been divulged, you know, for us, as you know, as the surface population.
I've been seeing stuff while you're talking. Someone in a uniform just gave Peter a medal. It had like some of that striped material on the top, and then there was an emblem. I couldn't quite see it,
That's one other thing I wanted to talk about, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because I wanted to mention this with Peter, because obviously I've had memories coming back of being in like temples, like Tibetan Buddhist temples, and we were waiting there. I was with somebody else, and we were waiting there to go see like a Dalai Lama type figure, and we got taken in to go see this figure, which was obviously like a Dalai Lama. And I even remember when I went in to this place, into this room, I basically ended up knocking over the chair, because the chair was like this chair I had never seen before, so I ended up like knocking over the chair, and then the Dalai Lama figure was laughing at me. Like he just started laughing at me. And then after that, me and this person I was with, were talking to this Dalai Lama figure, and basically the Dalai Lama figure was giving us praise and accolades for our unit, and what we had been involved in and what we had done. And that you mentioned that Peter had gotten a medal. I wanted to mention times that I've been involved in being involved in celebrations and praise, and that was one time. But another time was also I was involved in being in the hidden city, I believe in China, with Donald Trump. And I was there, and there was a celebration going on, and I believe that this was all going on for Nessera and Jessera and all that. So, I mean, Peter, I just wanted to know, like, with all these experiences, like especially with the Dalai Lama, like what that was all about, even though I already kind of know.
Time traveling.
Okay, that makes sense.
And I just saw that officer that I just saw, he had, I saw you all in like that, was it drab green, that military color, the pants and the shirt, and then they gave you a card that was the exact same color, and I saw you travel through different timelines, or one timeline, but going, whether it's future or past. But he handed that to you, and he showed me, and he handed Peter the medal. And yeah, and he called me by another name. I don't know. I'll have to ask Peter about the name later.
Maybe.
I don't know who he is. He's got slightly balding on top and light hair, short, and an officer's outfit.
Peter, I just want to know, do you know who that was with me in that memory where I was in the temple?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so who was that? Because I'm definitely curious about that. Can you tell me?
Once again, you don't know?
I'm actually maybe was it Lincoln Clay?
Yep. Not maybe.
Okay, right. Okay, I get it. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense, because that figure, that Dalai Lama figure, was giving us praise and accolades for our unit and what we've been involved in. So being involved with rescuing the children, that has been a key pivotal point in this whole timeline shift. That just makes perfect sense.
Yeah, that card enables you to do all this, to travel in all those places. I think you made a request to go visit some places like that were not necessarily military or project related, but and I think they allow you to go visit places like the these temples and
Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah.
I mean, because I even remember having memories of studying kung fu, like in the mountains, in the temples, and like with Jet Li. Actually, Jet Li was I don't know what Peter. I don't know what that was about, but Jet Li was training us in kung fu.
I mean, technically, I was kind of concerned that you wasn't able to recollect that, and now finally you are.
I definitely recollect that, which is it was amazing because I was in the mountains of Tibet training with Jet Li in kung fu, and
Yeah.
that was amazing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I had a memory of
And you almost fell off the cliff. And no, why you are laughing? And
no, because I remember it. Because I
you
remember
ended up in this kind of this kind of swinging bridge, and he was like, "No, you don't get it. You are not that good at Wing Chun." And he was like, "Why you are calling it Wing Chun?" Ah, man,
that's
that
good.
was so
That's
funny.
perfect. That's perfect. That's perfect because pretty much in the master student relationship, it's always the master's job to be like, you are not what you think you are.
Yeah,
You are
exactly.
not you are not as good as you think you are. So
Yeah.
that's funny.
Man, that was so funny, man. Yeah, and I've got this friend of mine, Dominica. She's doing a lot of good stuff for us. Yeah, and
Oh,
Chloe's
that's and yeah, I just
channeling too,
it's like
and
these
Chloe's channeling too, and
these
Chloe's
society
channeling and Chloe's channeling
these are
too.
like
Are you serious? I mean, I'm muted or what? Am I muted?
oh no you're not muted, Peter.
No, I wasn't. If are you serious? Sorry, but I was asking if there was a technical problem. Okay, and technically, uh, Chloe makes some sort of profit-ish stuff. So just don't get near the plane because you will be crispy. She wrote me always, no, you don't.
I
You
just
shouldn't be a nugget from KFC. KFC.
I just wanted to bring up the existence of the light secret societies, you know.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, because obviously they have mystery schools and they have the dark and the light, secret societies. But I just wanted to bring up the existence of obviously the light ones, and like the White Dragon Society and just all the positive secret societies that there are, and who's involved with them, and what they're doing, and what they're fighting against, and what they've been fighting against for ages.
So that's the stuff. I mean, I think that this is ideal opportunity to stop the show. What do you think, Jessica?
yeah, we're close to 2 hours.
I think this is the opportunity to stop the show.
And I think that yeah, I mean it's good, and it kind of leaves off on a nice place where we're talking about with everything there's a balance, right? So there's the things that are fighting against us, there are things that are working with us, helping us. And so that whole balance of what you're trying to bring up of the societies is good and bad. And, you know, we continue to move forward in a positive way, and not allowing the doors to close to communication and sharing information, which is our existence. I mean, what's humanity without communication? It's our gift from the universe, and no one has the right to take it from anyone. And this was a really good conversation. We kind of went more into some of the metaphysical, spiritual aspects of things, and you know, like I said, there's so many ways to look at this. And but I'm grateful that today feels like a better day than yesterday. That we have some of that heavy worry of concern, although I don't think we're out of the woods yet. And I hope that, I'm hoping that we can continue on, and there may be some bumps in the road, and we'll get through that with communication. We'll share with people. And then thank you to, you know, Kruger and the MURG and Peter for doing some work. And I know that I gave some information, so I think everybody's contributing. And I think it's good. We'll continue doing these things to help humanity, help the world be a better place, and the universe and so forth, and open up humanity to a galactic community.
So thank you very much for giving me regular opportunity to be on your channel, and I'm looking forward for next time. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye, Peter. Thank you. And thank you, Anthony.
Thank you, Jessica. Yeah, it was an honor to be on, and I'm just always looking forward to disclosing more about what's happening. So thank you very much, and I look forward to next time.
Okay, great. And thank you to our listeners. Stay strong, the highest intention for humanity, and we will be with you. We'll speak to you next time.
You have been listening to Disclosures with Peter the Insider and Jessica Arael Marrocco. Join us on the YouTube channel, Jessica Arael Marrocco, and visit www.peter-insider.com and www.readingsbyarael.com. Remember to post your questions in the comment section below the video. We look forward to hearing from you.